hello, welcome to the show. It's me, John Park, and you are here just in time for JP's product pick of the week. Thank you for stopping by. We've got some people over in our different chats. The YouTube chat, hello to Dave Odessa and Beata Graf Avdalhagen. Relic, hello. Hey, Gordy G. Thanks for stopping in. If you're looking for the chat and you're not on YouTube, then I might suggest that you look over there. Let me click on it. At Discord. That's our Discord server, and we've got the live broadcast chat channel hopping during our live streams. So go to adafruit.com. No, go to adafru.it/Discord. That's the URL shortened version of it. adafru.it/Discord. And then, yeah, look for that live broadcast chat channel. And we've got Jem Hendrickson over there. Hello. Hey, Seattle Seamus. Howdy, Thin Man. Blitz City DIY. Hi, Liz. Hey, Paul. Hey, C. Grover. Thanks for jumping into the chat. Hello, Connor McCarter, who just popped in over on YouTube. And anyone who enters after, I give you a pre-hello, a future greeting. So what's going on here today? I've got a product pick. I want to show it to you. I want to, in fact, send you to the product page because it's a good one. And this is the URL, and this is the QR code. If you head to that place, you will see this show is embedded within. We're live streaming from inside of the product page. The price has been slashed in half. It's 50% off during the show. We have unleashed the stock. There was some stock withheld. We usually put 100 units in a little special safe keeping place before the show. And then the new products team unleashes them for general consumption. So go consume them. These are a maximum of 10 per customer. No resellers allowed, but you just throw them in your cart, buy them before the show is over or before they sell out. There's no rain checks or back orders or anything like that. So it's just a special for people who are able to make it to the live stream. This is for you. So if you want, go check it out right there. Before I say any more, I'm going to have Lady Ada talk about it in a couple of little segments from the Ask an Engineer new segment. And take it away, Lady Ada.
Soon, this round display plays in the new year. We did not get this to the shop today. We got some photos. We have to get the demo photos and get these stocked. However, they're tested and ready. So there's a good chance that tomorrow they'll be in the store. This beautiful round display is IPS TFT, 240 by 240 pixels. It's round. It's got level shifting built in, so it can work with any microcontroller. It has EYESPI, it has a microSD card.
Yeah.
Regulator. This is going to be the easiest round display.
Top secret, we have a video of it as we're doing our testing, so stay tuned for that.
So we've got these, I think last week we showed them off, but we didn't have them in stock. And we do have them in stock, and I know some people wanted them. I wanted to highlight them and also show it on.
It's real.
So we've got these round displays, easy to use. We've got Arduino and CircuitPython code for them now. And I've also got the M4I's demo code running on the board. We'll do a version with 2 eyes, and I'm also going to publish the code soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. I want to do a little bit more work. I want to see also if I can get this working on the ESP32 on the RP2350. But a lovely 240 by 240 display, and it's round and breadboard friendly, but there's also an EYESPI connector on the back. So here's the demo. This is my prototype, which is green. So just, you know.
And also, no one give me any guff about this Autodesk Eagle mousepad. I collect old weird mousepads, and this is an old weird one. And look at the one underneath. That's when Apple and Next merged. Like, these are cool. It's not that I'm like all for Autodesk. I have a collection of old. I will have a mousepad museum one day.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so you got the eyeball. Of course, it looks great on the round display. There's EYESPI, so if you want to connect it without having to solder any wires, that's also available. 240 by 240 uses the GC9A01 chipset. It's an SPI generic display. It's just not ST7789. But IPS, it looks good at every angle. High refresh. This one's not taped down. I think it has backlight control. I think it can. I'm driving this here at like 30 megahertz, and it seems to be fine. So you can drive it pretty fast.
I noticed when we did our video that we're going to show because it's part of the top secret, even though this just came out, it looks like the eye is looking at both of us talking about it.
Hey,
It's like, hey,
Hey,
don't
yo.
talk about me.
Yo.
No talking about eyeball.
yeah.
Talking about eyeball. Okay.
Hey, well, we have the screens in stock now, so if you want to pick them up, please
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, indeed. Yo, look, there, that'll be helpful. That right there is the product pick of the week this week. It is the 1.28-inch TFT display. Let me say that again. It is the 1.28-inch round TFT display breakout, 240 by 240 pixels. Use it over SPI. You can use EYESPI to plug it in with a nice, easy, flexible PCB ribbon connector, or you can solder to the pins there, put it on a breadboard, put it on a Perma Proto board, integrate it into your design. And it is just a gorgeous, terrific, beautiful little round display. Let's talk a couple more details about it. It's 16-bit color. It's an IPS display. It has excellent viewing angles. You can look at it from some fairly oblique angles. I'll show you one running in a moment and still see it. It doesn't just disappear like old style displays did. This is a gorgeous IPS display. Uses the GC9A01A driver, which is not the same as the ST7789, but it is very similar. So controlling it inside of CircuitPython is straightforward. Controlling it from Arduino is easy. You can use the little MicroSD card reader on the back there to do things like store assets if you want to show slideshows of images, for example. It's a really nice, convenient way to do it. And you can use your software to decide how you want to orient the thing, but a nice way for things like wearables and props and watches and clock-like things is like this. I'll show you a little demo of this in a moment. The flexible connector, that's one of these. This is one of the stubby ones. We have these in a couple of different sizes, I think 50, 100, and 200 millimeter long. That connects nice and easy to that little flip-up connector there. And then we have some different feather boards and this BFF right here, and I think also just a straight-up EYESPI breakout that you can use to connect the other end of that. So you'll connect one end there, and in this case, this would plug into a QT Py. Really great-looking display. Let's have a look at the site right there. That's the URL if you want to go check it out. It's product 6178. Go have a look. Go throw one or more in your cart because you're going to get them at this unbelievable price during the show right now. The page here, if you scroll down, you'll see here's some videos, including this show running right inside of there. Here are some of the additional stats on it. LCD screen dimensions, 38 by 35.6 millimeters, overall dimensions because of the PCB it's on, mounting hole distance, all that info is there. It is almost bezel-less. It is almost edge-to-edge image on here, so you can make some pretty small little displays, enclosures, props. Great for things like eyes, if you're doing mask eyeballs, as Lady Ada was showing in her demo. And then you can click on the primary guide here. If you click on that little link there, here's a nice guide that Liz Clark put together. There's a nice little loop of the eyeball animation running on it using a Feather M4. If you click on pinouts here, you'll get the pinout diagram, show you all the salient details for this. It's going to be running over SPI. So we've got the SPI pins that you're going to need broken out there. And of course, all of this is also duplicated on the ribbon connector, so it makes it easy. And then if you take a look at CircuitPython and Python and Arduino links here, this will show you how to get this up and running really quickly in those different environments. Question from the chat, Seattle Seamus asks, never used that cable before. What is on the other end? So it is, let me go to the down shooter for a moment. It is a little flip-up connector on each end. So same little connector here. You feed this in, I can never remember if I've put this in the right way or not, if it's blew up or not. And then on the other end, same thing, same connection. And in this case, we would flip this over. If I've got it right, I might have it all exactly wrong. This plugs in to here. This flips down, clamps onto all those pins. And then in this case, this is a little breakout that goes into a QT Py. And that's, in fact, what I've got running on my demo that you'll see in a moment. So that's what that would look like. You can use the pins here if you wanted to still wire it, but wanted to get away from this. If you're trying to duck this into a prop or a costume piece or something like that, you could use this as an extension. Oh, it looks like I didn't clamp that down. So that's how that, that hooks up there. Let's see. Blew up is correct, says Jeff Hunt. Thank you. All right, so I think like that. Let me flip this up and do this properly so where you can see it. Feed that in there. It just goes in like a 1/4 inch and then that clamps down on it. So that's the connection there. And this folds pretty tight there, so almost perfectly flush with the top of it there. So if you're trying to hide the top of the display somehow, you can get away with that. And let's take a look at one of those examples of setup here. If you take a look at CircuitPython, you'll see here some info on wiring it or connecting it up with the breakouts. And then for CircuitPython usage, you can see we have a driver for this. This is the GC9A01A library, so you can install that, either grab it from the bundle or install it using Circup. And then here's some example code from Liz that does a bitmap. If you grab this bundle here, you'll have a nice little round Blinka bitmap to display, and then it'll go to some display I/O shapes and text and kind of flip back and forth between those. So that's a really nice demo to get you up and running. In fact, hey, I don't even have to put that on a board for you. You can see it. That's what that demo does. I built a different demo here I wanted to show. Let me bring this down shooter back. So there's my display, and I'm going to refocus there. You can see these are essentially treated like a square, in this case, 240 by 240 display. It's just some of the pixels aren't there. So you can send it pixels that are floating off in space, maybe available in a parallel universe, but not available on this display. So you can see here the REPL text there is cut off. And the plastic bezel that I have here, a little 3D printed bezel from the Ruiz brothers, really doesn't cover any of the display. So where you see it falling off the edges, that's just the limits of using a round display with the REPL. But now what I'll do is, let me restart this code here. And I'll go back to a full screen for a moment of it. So you can see I've got some display I/O text flashing at the top that says alert. I've got some display I/O circle and lines there. I have this great comet or meteorite BMP that Liz gave me from a project she's working on, which I was reviewing a guide. I don't think the guide's out yet, but I was like, oh, come on, I love this lump of Earth or of space dust here. So I've got this comet or meteorite bouncing around here inside of a reticle, and then some little, just some pixels lit up in a bitmap for display I/O there in the background. So it's not doing anything much, but you can see it is just a gorgeous display. If I go to some oblique angles here and refocus, you can see it just looks crisp as can be. I'm going to try to not break the display there or refocus on that. I don't know why the meteorite is bouncing around. That's just what it's doing. This is for the asteroid tracker project, which Todd mentioned that Liz worked on, and that is the Ruiz brothers and Liz collaboration. I don't know if the guide's out yet, but I think she's been showing it on some of the show and tells, so you may have seen it before. And that's where I lifted the graphic from. Really cool graphic. So what this looks like in code, if we have a look back over here in my code view, this is, I won't go through all of this, but you can see we are importing that GC9A01A library. We are setting up SPI for the pins that we use when we're using that EYESPI connector there, which is board SPI. The clock and data are over TX and RX. Release the displays, set it up on 4-wire SPI, set the display size to 240 by 240. Again, it's round, so some of that is a lie, but at its widest and its tallest, those are the dimensions, and it just falls off as a circle from there. And then I'm doing some display I/O palettes and bitmaps to set up things like my random stars, my graphics, my asteroid BMP driving around there, and the circle and reticle that I have, as if we're maybe trying to shoot this thing down before it crashes into the moon or whatever's going on. And yeah, so this is really standard display I/O, and I started from the example code that Liz has in the guide showing just a flip between a bitmap and some display I/O and some text. It's all there. Everything you need is right there in the Learn Guide example code to get you up and running. Let's see, a question. Let's take some questions in the chat. Let me go back to big view here for a moment. And let me bring on, actually, I'll bring up the Discord. Let's see, actually over in the YouTube question, how exactly would you pair two displays together? Is it possible to chain the EYESPI cable? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. You can't. We don't have a connector, a second connector on this display to share it, and I'm not sure how SPI deals with that. I know in some cases if you wired one through EYESPI and a second one through other pins, you can set up multiple SPI buses on some microcontrollers. That may work. I know at one point we had the, I don't know if it's in stock still, the Monster Mask that had two displays running off of an M4. And I'm not sure if that was a special case, but good question. If anyone in the chat knows, or if you want to ask over on the Discord, you may be able to find help with project there. Thank you for the question, Gordy. Can QT Py handle the eyes? I think it has not been ported to any of the QT Py. I don't think we have Monster Eye running on ESP32S3. But excellent question again. If anyone knows where we can look that up, QT Py S3, ESP32S3 would be the most capable board, I think. I don't know if that's running on RP2040 or not. You're stumping me with these questions. Let's see. Joe Hopfield says, gonna put one inside the case of an old broken pocket watch. Round displays are steampunk perfect. Yes, that would be fantastic. You can see this is a fairly thick, and I didn't close the back up so I could show you the interior here. There's the display, which I just taped down instead of screwing into place. And I was out of the 100 millimeter cables, which is what you want. This is an extra long 200 millimeter. But there is my QT Py and the breakout there. And you could get all of this much smaller with some flexible ribbon cable and direct solder to a QT Py, so you don't need the EYESPI breakout. There's a number of ways that you can go with that. Let's see, other thoughts or questions. While I'm looking at those, I will remind you this is the place to be if you want to go grab yourself one at a discount while they're still in stock. Over in Discord, Liz says they need different DC and CS pins. You can do it in Arduino or CircuitPython. So there's a link there. Thank you, Liz, that she put up in our Discord that will show you how to set up. Oh, right, yeah. So with there were some demos using that NukeC TFT using multiple SPI clock and data pins. So that's a way to do that. Let's see, Yanisku7 says, I've seen rounded displays used for CyberDeck display or pocket watch style. Excellent. Yeah, these are really neat. A lot of cool projects you can do with them. We have a few up on Learn. If you take a look back on Learn, if you go down to the bottom from either the main Learn guide or the product page, you'll see here's this cartoon character clock and this compass running on a QT Py ESP32S2. So these are from Tim Foamy Guy. Here's a little Mickey Mouse clock set up using this display. And yeah, again, with the ESP32S2 in this case. There were also, I want to go to this link, some really great, if you're looking for demos for these types of displays, there's a whole GitHub here from Toddbot of example code running on, including our friend Lars. Hi, Lars. Oh, hello, Todd. And here's a little gauge running on this same display. So here's some good demo code to check out on Toddbot's GitHub. It's under github.com/Toddbot and then CircuitPython GC9A01 demos. You can check that out, or you can look for that link over in the Discord. Thanks, Todd, for those. Any other links? So yeah, Todd mentions EYESPI is only for a single display. If wiring multiple displays, you can either use a separate SPI bus, or if your board has the same SPI bus, each display can get their own CS line. In code for Arduino, you can do multiple displays easy. For CircuitPython, currently requires a recompile and may be changing soon with a PR that he mentions. So there you go. Yeah, there's some options that you have there. And I think, unless there's other questions, that should do it. There's your beautiful picture there again of the boards. And I think we'll wrap it up. So let me get a little extra USB cable there to work with so I don't break this thing. And with that running, yeah, that's, yeah, I'll leave that up. That right there is my product pick of the week this week. It is the 1.28-inch 240 by 240 SPI TFT display breakout with EYESPI and MicroSD card. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park. This has been JP's product pick of the week, and I will see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.